Have you ever had a chat lead reach out on your website that seemed promising initially, only to find out later that they were unqualified after you spent time and energy chasing them down and calling them back? If you've ever had that experience, then you're not alone. What's up, everybody? This is Joe with Intaker, and I want to talk to you today about something called publishing rules for your Intaker chat. Now, if you've ever used any chat on your website, then you've likely had the experience of having unqualified leads reach out to you. And I know for a lot of firms, it can be a huge time suck when they're talking to people who they cannot help, who cannot become clients. But what if there was a way that you could eliminate bad quality leads at the source while providing a more compelling and engaging experience for those folks who you do want to attract in as clients? That is what publishing rules allow you to do. Now, there are two main problems that I hear come up all the time for law firms dealing with this issue, and the first is jurisdiction. If you're getting leads from all over the country, but you only practice law in one state, then that can cause a drain on your team if they are now responding to leads from all over who you don't have a referral partner for, and your team may be stuck just saying, sorry, we can't help you. The second issue is there might be certain pages on your website that are driving a lot of traffic, maybe like a certain blog post, but the leads that come from that are almost always bad quality. It can lead to it being more work than it's worth for the firm if they are getting so many bad quality leads just from one or two pages on the site. Now, the interesting thing about publishing rules is it allows you to solve both of these problems in just a few seconds. If you know that there are certain areas where you want to eliminate the source of bad leads, like if you're in Texas and you're getting leads from New York, Ohio, and you don't have a network, a referral partner over there, then you can just turn chat off for certain parts of the country while leaving the experience and the chat on for folks in your state and maybe surrounding states as well. If there are certain pages on your website that's driving most of the bad quality leads, you can just selectively turn chat off on those pages while preserving the rest of the website experience as normal. So with the issue of bad quality leads out of the way, how can you now make the experience even more personal for those folks that you do want to attract as clients? I'll give you two examples. Let's say that your firm has several different practice areas. That could be personal injury, that could be estate planning, that could be social security disability, just to name a few. You have the option of tailoring the chat experience for each part on your website to match what someone needs and what they expect when they go to an injury page. They might not want to see options all about guardianship or wills and trusts or something that does not apply to them. Another way that you can use this is to have a different video spot for each attorney at your firm on their specific attorney profile page. Having a 30-second video spot where someone can hear their voice and feel their energy can go a long way to helping them feel secure and knowing that this is the person that they want to hire and work with to represent them with their case. So now that we've talked through the issue of eliminating bad leads and personalizing the experience for folks that you do want to attract, let's see how to actually set this up in the dashboard. All right, so I'm in the Intaker dashboard, and you can see I've got a few different versions of the bot. In my case, it's set up by practice area. Different ones for family, estate planning, personal injury, and so forth. And we're going to use some of these in the next part. So let me start by going to Embed and Website. And this is where we're going to get to play with a lot of the publishing rules themselves. So under the domain that I have set up with Intaker, I've got my default bot selected here. That's family for now. And next to that, you'll see a button to add an exception rule. There are two types that I can use. The first is based on location. That would be based on, for example, it could be country level or it could be state level. So if I was in a law firm in Alabama and I wanted to show the Intaker chat there, but nowhere else, I could actually, I'll select all and unselect Alabama, and I would show them nothing. What that's going to do is create a geofence so that the chat is going to show nothing outside of Alabama. In Alabama, that's going to have the same chat experience as normal. So in that case, we just set up a single state geofence, right? However, what if I want to do something else? What if I want to have a page specifically, let's say it could be maybe any page where the URL path starts with the word blog. So maybe all the blogs on the site, right? Anything in that folder, I could just go ahead and say that I want no chat to show up there. But conversely, I could have a different version of the chat show up on the blog versus the main site. And if that was the case, instead of selecting nothing, maybe I would choose a different version of the chat other than the primary, right? So I don't have one specifically for blogs set up, but just to drive the point home, you can decide on which parts of the site, using keywords in the URL string, what version of the chat you want to load. And one more note on geofence. I can set up a country level geofence and exclude pretty much every country outside the US and even all provinces in Canada, if I want, from seeing the chat. And in this case, all of my states in the US are unselected, so they're going to be normal. But any of the Canadian provinces or any outside countries, again, I'm going to show no chat here. And so in this case, if I was inside the US, I would see the chat on Intaker site. If I was outside the US, then I just simply would not see anything. Still browse the website and everything, just the chat would be turned off. One other thing to note here is we have priority rules. So we can decide for which of these rules we want to take precedence over the others. So you might imagine that there is a blog site that has no bot, right? We set up the URL so that if it has blog in it, show no bot. However, we also have another rule that says if the URL contains the keyword injury, then we do want to show a version of the bot. And in that case, we can assign different priorities on the star system here. Let's give that a priority 7. And so that would allow us to say that as long as the priority for this rule is above the rule that we initially set for not showing on the blog site, then we'll always have the personal injury bot show up on any URL that contains the word injury, even if it starts with the word blog. And the last thing I want to show you is what this actually looks like on a website. So I'm on the Intaker site now, and this is our main page, and you can see the version of the chat here. It's going to have Amelie, hello, versus if I go to, let's say, down to the partners page, partner with Intaker, we have a different video that's playing, specifically speaking to, well, folks that might want to partner with Intaker in that case. And so that is how we're able to do it. And you'll see here that the chat options themselves can be different. We can ask different questions on those different pages. So the whole top to bottom chat experience, even down to the languages that you offer, right? And we'll get into this in another video, but if you do want to use Intaker in different languages, then you can also customize the default language on your video. All right, so I hope that was a helpful introduction to publishing rules and how you can use those to eliminate bad quality leads and maximize the experience of your Intaker chat when you're looking to attract new potential clients. So please remember to like and subscribe and look out for more helpful videos on topics like this. And if you have feedback, we'd love to hear from you, so please reach out. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.